Okay, this is interesting. Okay, let's see. Hello everyone again. My computer just crashed, so this has never happened before. So we're starting again. So for those of you, I'm just going to check if I'm live in the right place. Yes, I am. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start again. Okay, good that it was just the beginning of our training. It didn't happen halfway through, but here we are. Okay, I can see people are hopping on. Hopefully, you can find me again. So if you're hopping on, hello and welcome. Please say hi. Tell us where you guys from. And for those of you who are watching replay, please put hashtag replay. I was just saying, welcome to everybody. Welcome to our free 4-day training and course. I'm really excited to be here because I haven't done this sort of training, live training, in about 8 months. Or even more. So I really felt the pull to do something live, to connect with you guys. So yeah, so here we are. So hi Nicola, hello, Northern Ireland, amazing. So there will be a lot of information today, and I want you to participate as much as possible. The more you participate, the more you will learn, the more you're going to take out of this training. And I want you guys to not only learn loads, but also start implementing what you're learning from this training, because that's essentially, ultimately, that's what's going to help you transform your business and your life if you actually implement everything I'm teaching. Okay, so what is this whole course about? So this course has been designed to really help you create purpose-driven and soul-led business from scratch, all the way to scaling it to your first 6-figure year. Okay, so typically I work with healers, spiritual workers, coaches. So it's designed for anybody who wants to create a business that's not only in alignment with their soul's purpose, but also something that they feel the need to help people, to serve people. So it's really designed for service-based entrepreneurs. It's for people who don't even have a business. They might have an idea what they want to do, or they really have no clue what they want to do, because we will be actually connecting to your purpose and creating that business idea with you on day 2. But it's also for people who might already be in business, but maybe they're not attracting as many clients as they want. Maybe, they're not where they want to be in the business. Okay, Nicola, I'm a Reiki healer and doing my Reiki master. It's amazing. Yeah, I work with a lot of Reiki healers. They're amazing. I love Reiki myself. I think it's great. So welcome, Nicola. If anybody else is brave enough to say hello, please put that in a chat. And also, guys, if you have any questions and I miss it, I'm trying to read comments as they come, but if I miss anything, I'm opening up this group for free coaching throughout the 4 days. So you can ask any questions inside this group and I'll be answering those for you as well. Okay, so today we are focusing on the energetics of success, because 99.99999% of everything is energy. So energy is very, very important. Energy is really the key to your success. So today we'll be focusing a lot on energetics of success, the energetic shifts and mindset shifts that are necessary for you to attract clients and scale to 6 figures. Because as you probably know, everything starts from within you. Your business is you. Your business is an extension of you. And so, we need to start the work with you. If you don't have the right mindset, if your energy is all over the place, or you're operating from out of alignment, then it's going to be impossible for you to even to start your business, to build an amazing business. So everything starts from you. So that's why today is so important. Tomorrow and the day after, we're going to be focusing on setting strong foundations for a business. So tomorrow we'll be doing, we'll be connecting to your soul's purpose. We'll be turning that into a niche. What is your niche? How can you communicate your niche to your clients so that they're excited, to understand what you do, they know how unique you are. So it's all about niche. It's all about understanding who your ideal clients are and also where they are. Day 3, it's all about creating your offer, your services, your product. But not only that, because for a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I know what I offer. I know one-to-one sessions, or, or I do Reiki, right? Like I know what I do, but it's not only about what you do. It's about how you market it, how you make it appealing and attractive to people, and how you make sure that your clients, understand what you do and they get excited about it, so they feel like, oh my god, I can't wait to work with you, I need you so badly in my life, right? So we'll be doing that on day 3, and day 4 is all about the marketing and business strategy, and I'll be teaching you how you can make it so aligned, so that is in alignment with who you truly are, and it feels right and easy. So it's all about creating business with ease and flow, basically. So I'll be teaching you 3 different business strategies on day 4. It will be all about what do you actually have to do to go out there and attract clients to your business with ease and flow. So for those of you, who don't really know me, I help people create this amazing soul-led businesses, but we do it in a really unconventional way. I'm a firm believer in soul alignment, and I didn't believe that at first. When I started my business, I didn't really believe in energy. I was spiritual, but I was like, what has business? It doesn't have anything to do with spirituality. Like for me, it was 2 very separate things. So in my personal life, I was very spiritual, but then I had my business, right? Like it was completely different. So I didn't really believe like how, the energetics and like how that would like relate to business. For me, it was very, very weird concept. But now I know that in order to create a business with ease and flow, you definitely need to be in energetic alignment with your business. So for me and my clients, it's all about really connecting to your soul, being soul-led, connecting to your intuition, because at the end of the day, your soul knows how to help you create amazing abundance with your business in your own way. We are all designed in a different way. We're all very different people, so we all need to have very different businesses that are in alignment with who we truly are, and that will, that applies to your niche, your clients, your strategies, your marketing, everything. Everything has to be designed to you, so that your strategy and your whole business, every single step of your business actually is in alignment with who you truly are, and it raises your vibrations. Otherwise, you'll be out of alignment and you'll be blocking results from coming. So I'm all about that. I'm all about helping you actually create a business that is uniquely designed around you, that is tailored to you. And typically, the strategies I teach, my clients only work 1 to 3 hours a day. And that's the beauty of it, because I really believe in freedom. So, we're here to do an amazing job with our businesses. We're here to serve people, to help people. But I believe in financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. And I don't know if I would be doing this work, but I probably would be doing this work because I love what I do. But, it's amazing that you can help other people create a business that is meaningful to you, that brings fulfillment to you, and on top of that, it brings financial, time, and location freedom, because family is everything to me. And I now have 2 children. One is 3 years old, another one is 3 months old, and this business really allows me to be a full-time mom. Now with a baby, I only work 1 hour a day on a good day. I actually had a big nap before doing this training because I was exhausted. Weekends always exhaust me for some reason. And that's the thing, we shouldn't be working hard. Like, I know I'm really against the whole culture of hustle, work hard. You don't have to do that if you have energy behind you. Okay. So who do we have? We have Shruti, hello. We have Vicky, and we have Nicola. Hello, ladies. Really nice to meet you all. So a little bit about me, how it all started, right? So I decided I had a spiritual awakening when I was still in my 9-to-5 job. So maybe also you can tell me, guys, because I really want to get to know you guys. So tell me right now in comments what I'll be telling you my story. Tell me your story, okay? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me things like, do you already have a business? Do you already know what your purpose is? if you're still in a 9 to 5 job, or if you don't have a business, you don't have any idea, tell us as well. Just tell me a little bit about yourself so I know how to help you as well. Vicky, thanks. I qualified last year as a mentor. Amazing, amazing. Shruti, you teach optimization. Amazing. Okay, good, good, good. So how many of you are still in your 9 to 5 jobs? Oh, you all sort of escaped 9 to 5. That's amazing. So yeah, my spiritual awakening happened when I was still in my 9 to 5 job. I was a HR manager, and I just, I started having anxiety, depression, identity crisis. I was signed off for work-related stress 3 times in a year. And at some point, I just physically couldn't go into the office anymore. I just couldn't do it. And I realized that, this is not the life I want. This is this is ridiculous. How can one work 9 to 5 with somebody else? And I felt really imprisoned. I had to be at my desk at all times, and I really felt like I was in prison, and it was really mentally draining for me. So my health was deteriorating, week by week, and I was doing lots of things. I was going to therapy, I was doing all these things to help myself, and nothing was curing me or helping me. And then I realized that I wanted to help people, and I didn't know how or what I wanted to do. All I knew was that I had to get away from my 9 to 5 and connect to something that I'm truly passionate about. And that's when I came across coaching, spirituality. And that's when I realized that really my purpose here on this earth is to get people into alignment. And for me, the most important thing is to know what your purpose is, and do it for life, because you're here to serve your purpose. So I believe that your job is to do this as a profession, as means for your income as well. And money is only a byproduct of your alignment and of what I believe your purpose. So yeah, so for me, that's the most important thing in life, and as well as family. So yeah, so that's what I'm here to do. I'm helping, that's why I've created my business, and I've been doing this for 4 years now. And yeah, I think that's the most beautiful thing you can do, really. Follow what you really are truly passionate about and help other people with your gifts. I think that's amazing. Okay. Shruti, my purpose is spiritual creator. Amazing. Okay. So after I quit my 9 to 5 job, and after I became qualified, I was like, oh my God, it's going to be so easy. I'm so aligned. The universe will provide, and I'm just going to have clients, right? Like it's easy. People do it all the time. It's quite easy to do. Wow, it wasn't that easy, right? So what I was doing in the first 2 months of my business, I was signing up for lots of freebies like this one, right? You sign up for this freebie. I was doing that all the time. I was learning. I didn't have any business knowledge right at the beginning. So I had to learn everything. I was reading books. I was going to seminars. I was just educating myself how to create a successful business. And I was implementing everything into my business. I was working 10 hours a day, every day. I didn't have Saturdays, Sundays off. That time I wasn't a mom, so that was possible. I was just obsessed. I said, I have to make it work. I cannot imagine myself ever going back to 9 to 5 job, because, that was like a death sentence. So, yeah, and I was so distraught, because everything they were teaching me, all these amazing coaches and mentors, I was implementing, and nothing was working. In the first 2 months of my business, I didn't attract any clients, and I was working 10 hours a day. Okay. And I was crying every day. I was full of fear. I didn't have much money, because I didn't really plan for it. It sort of happened to me. So I wasn't prepared financially for taking time off work. And it was killing my soul, because I knew I was meant for more. I knew I was here to create this massive difference in the world. So why is it so difficult for me to get clients? If we don't get clients, we cannot create those transformations. Therefore, we're not fulfilling our purpose. How many of you feel that? Vicky, I'm a musician, designer of knitted mini me's and mini pets. Oh, right. I write and perform poetry. Sometimes. I've been a freelancer for 20 years. How amazing. I qualified last year as an EAM mentor after discovering EAM. Okay, what is EAM? My purpose is to help people. I'm drawn towards working with people in the creative industry, as that's the industry I understood. But ultimately, I just want to help people. Challenge is getting clients. Exactly. Nicola, I was in a job. I had my spiritual awakening. I didn't feel like my job aligned with me anymore. My son was diagnosed with Tourette's. Anxiety for both of us high. I understand drugs offered were dangerous. I took early retirement and retrained as a healer. Oh, how amazing. I worked hard on my inner child and did healing, but my ex held me back, didn't believe I could do it. So I gave up. He was an energy vampire. Okay. I lost lots of friends. I lost lots of friends as I could see them and no longer in alignment. Oh my God. It's like the same happened to me. I lost a lot of people following my spiritual alignment. And now I have lots of beautiful spiritual friends. Exactly. Amazing. I'm ready to follow my purpose. I have no business knowledge. Exactly. You're very similar to me. Yes. So I can see already from your responses that it's similar story, right? Like we hear like, yeah, we're going to do it. I love it. It's our purpose. And then it's like, okay, we actually don't know how to do this. And so 2 months of my business, I spent like this. And then I looked at my bank balance. I thought, oh my God, I actually need to do something, because I either go to 9 to 5 because I needed money to survive, or I really need to invest in myself and in my business. And so I found this amazing coach. She doesn't do it anymore, but she helped me. She taught me a Facebook strategy, and that's what I like. I really didn't know what, like, tell me. I was like, tell me what I need to do and I'll do it. I just need to get clients. And that's what she did. And in my first month working with her, so in my third month of my business, I hit my first 10K. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, that's it. I'm done. Like I know how to do it. I've got a strategy in place. I know exactly what steps I need to take to attract clients. Like, that's it. I won lottery pretty much, right? But what I realized now I know, which I didn't know then, was that the strategy that she gave me was actually really out of alignment with myself. I was working, as I said, seriously, like 10 hours a day to get clients. And now when I look back, I'm thinking, oh my God, 10 hours. I could only dream about having that much time now with 2 kids, like it's crazy what I was doing back then. And it was like I would make money 1 month, like big money, not big, like 10K. Then for a few months I wouldn't have any money because I would be so exhausted, and I had to like really push myself and motivate myself to show up live. And obviously that time they were saying you have to show up live all the time, you need to post 3 times a day. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to do all these things. Oh my God, that's why it was taking me 10 hours a day to do everything. It was insane. And towards the end of the year, financially, I would say it was a success, but I wasn't happy. Again, I felt imprisoned. I felt even more imprisoned in my business than in my 9 to 5 job. And I said to myself, I don't think I can do this. Maybe 9 to 5 wasn't that bad. So you can imagine how exhausted I felt, right? But I thought that was the only way to do business because that's what I heard all the time online, right? And then I became pregnant. And that changed my whole life, as you can probably imagine. And I thought, you know what, I can't do 10 hours a day anymore because I have a baby to look after. I need to do something about my business. And then I realized, you know what, I'm so spiritual. I love this energy stuff. Why don't I bring that into my business? I have nothing to lose because I can't work 10 hours a day. So either I'm going to lose my business because I'm not going to attract clients, or I can give this a go. And that's when I really started. So that was second year of my business. I just thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to build my business around me, around what I want. I'm just going to create offers that I'm truly in alignment with. I'm so passionate about. I'm not going to listen to what people want me to create, right? Because clients would come to me and say, oh, can you teach us about money? Or can you teach us about this? And I'll be like, yeah, of course. Even though like sometimes I didn't want to teach that, but because people want me to, I'll be like, yeah, of course I can. And I was like, no, I'm going to build up my business on my terms now. I'm going to really listen to myself, to my soul, to me, what I want, what my soul wants to teach. So I started being selfish, right? I was like, okay, and this is how I want to build my business. I don't want to do lives anymore, or I do want to do lives, but maybe only once a month, or maybe once every 3 months. And I changed the whole strategy around, and I took out all the steps and and tasks that I hated in my business, like cold calling, like chasing clients, like looking for clients. I was like, I am not made for that. You know, all I want to do is to build my community that I feel connected to, and I want to show up and speak my truth, talk about things I'm truly passionate about, and then see what happens. And that was my biggest breakthrough, because that's when, you know, I realized that that's when I started only working 1 to 3 hours a day, and I hit my first 6-figure year, right? That's when everything shifted in my business. Okay, so that was absolutely massive, and that's what, you know, helped me and led me really to hitting my, you know, the first time I remember I hit 50K in just 6 weeks, and for me that was like mind-blowing, right? And what came with that was a lot of release. Everything started happening with ease and flow, because I started listening to myself. It was fun. It wasn't really work anymore. And as I said, you know, when you're in an energetic alignment, your energy is it's the main thing that will attract clients to you. So it was beautiful. And that's when I realized, you know what, all these mentors and coaches and our culture in general that promotes, you know, hustle, work hard, you need to work hard. I think the only work hard bit is to work on yourself, which is hard, like the inner child, as somebody mentioned here, inner child, you know, like, you know, working on yourself, that's the most difficult part. But when it comes to strategy after, it's easy, because when you're in energetic alignment and you're doing the right step, you're following your soul's guidance, then it becomes very, very easy. So that's when I realized, okay, this is actually my passion. I don't want anybody to struggle in business. Things can happen with ease and flow, and you can have it all. And every time when I put myself down, especially when I became a second-time mom right now, you know, when I had my baby again, I was like, straight away I started getting into my own head, like, oh, this year will be very quiet, or oh, I can't do exercise, or, you know, I'll start my healthy eating later, you know, I just want this piece of cake right now. You know, I realized that, oh my God, you know, I've worked on myself how many years now, and I still fall back to this limiting mindset. So it's very important to identify those things and working through them to make sure you don't fall into those traps. And every time I limit myself, I always hear my intuition screaming at me, saying you can have it all. And I want to be an example to you guys, to my children, that you can have it all. Even like a little, okay, I'm going to tell you like a little mini story about manifestation. You know, I was saying to myself, God, I really want to get back to the gym. I love getting in the gym, but how I'm going to do with, you know, I'm breastfeeding, how I'm going to do with a baby, it's impossible. So I was like, okay, it's fine. So then I started exercising at home, you know, doing like a 10-minute a day, which is very doable with a newborn. And then my son's football, he's got like a football club that he goes to every weekend, and they changed venue, and now the venue is below my gym. So now my husband can take the kids there, the newborn as well, Joy. And if she gets hungry, I can always come downstairs and feed her. But so yesterday was the first day I was at the gym, and I was like, oh my God, manifestation. Thank you so much, universe, for providing, like out of the blue, right? So you really can have it all, okay? So how, so let's get into this, okay? So it's all about energetics today, yeah? So, first of all, as many of you probably know, energy is absolutely everything, okay? And the first person that I came across who talked about this was Joe Dispenza. And it was really good timing for me, because that time I was still like very scientific minded, and I was like, I needed to prove scientifically about all this energy stuff. And he's that guy. Right now I don't need any proof. Like my life is the proof. You know, I manifest all the time, and well, my whole life like has changed because of this work. So, you know, like I don't need any proof anymore. But back then I needed that. And who likes Joe Dispenza? Do you guys know him? Yeah, so he says 99.99999% of everything is energy. So if you are not seeing results in your business, if you're struggling in your business, 100% is down to misalignment. You're not an energetic alignment with what you desire. Okay, so today's all about teaching you how you can get into energetic alignment, because when you're energetic in alignment, everything will come with so much ease and flow into your life, and you'll start seeing results very, very, very quickly. Okay, so let me know, guys, do you know Joe Dispenza? So, and even though I work with spiritual workers and healers a lot, and you guys know a lot about energy because you work with energy. But when it comes to business, a lot of people are like me, are like I was, right? With, okay, I'm very spiritual in my life, but when it comes to business, it's like, oh, I don't feel like, when people think about business, and tell me if this is you as well. No, I don't know him. Yeah, I've heard, oh my God, you can check him out. He's really, really good. I like him. Joe Dispenza, he's really, really good. Yes, I have a book of his, oh, right beside me. Oh, which one is it? What book have you got? Which one was the one that I really liked? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, I think. I think that was yeah, I love that. But anyway, when we think about business, and I'm looking here on the left-hand side because I have my notes, so I'm not ignoring you guys. So how many of you, when you think about it, like, you love what you do, you want to help people, you love your services, you love your gifts, yeah, you've got, the energy, whether you're a healer or a reader or coach, mentor, it doesn't matter. You love helping people. But when you think about actually creating business, you feel this off energy, you feel icky, it feels like, oh my God, I need to market myself, I have to sell, oh my God, I absolutely hate it. How many of you actually have that sort of attitude to creating a business? Because that was me, right? And you only have that feeling because you probably believe in the old-fashioned manipulative false tactics, horrible tactics in marketing that you see all the time, right? On social media, on TV, you always see the salesperson, like, oh my God, pushy, horrible hassle, right? And I'm here to show you that it doesn't have to be this way. You can really create a business strategy that's in alignment with you, and you can really attract clients rather than chasing them. But it all comes from energy. So that, if you're feeling so off with business, that's only because in your head you think you have to become that business person that you don't really associate with or identify with. Okay. And that's not the case at all. Okay. Yeah, it feels sticky. Yes, I do love helping. Oh, Becoming Supernatural. Yeah. I have an audiobook and I started listening to that. It's pretty good. Nicola, I love what I do, but I do it for free and not too often now. That keeps putting me off, plus the inner voice. What about your inner voice? Is that putting you off? Amy, I struggle to ask for money. I think that may be down to my self-worth issues. Yes. And, a lot of this is another thing, a lot of spiritual workers believe that we shouldn't charge because this is our gift, right? Like, money is evil, or like we shouldn't charge, we should just serve people. But what we need to remember is that first of all, what I want to say to you is that when you offer your services for free, it's actually harder to attract people into those sort of offers than when you create paid offers. So that's one thing. But also, if you don't ask for money, right, you will not be able to do this full time. And only when you're doing this full time, you can really create a massive difference. Because I want us to start remembering that you're here not just for a side hustle. This is not just a side hustle for you guys. This is not just any business. Okay, this is a business that's in alignment with your soul's purpose. You are here on this planet to create this massive impact, this massive change in the world. And I know sometimes, probably when you're hearing this, you're probably thinking, me? No way, no, I can't do it. But deep down, you probably know this. You probably feel like you're meant for more. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing this work at all. We have been given our gifts and talents and skills and life experience, right, to help other people. And we're here to create massive difference. We're here to create a better world. And you have to know how to attract clients, and you have to learn how to charge. Otherwise, you'll not be fulfilling your purpose fully, and that will get you again out of alignment very quickly, and you will not feel fulfilled. Okay, so you really have to change your mindset in terms of, I'm here. I'm here to create a massive legacy. I want to help as many people globally as possible because I have this amazing gift. People need to hear me. People need to listen to me. People need to get what I offer because it is absolutely life-changing. And you know what? And I deserve to earn X amount of money for this. And today we're going to be connecting to your soul to show you what you're meant for. So hopefully that will change you and shift your mindset around, okay, this is actually like, this is real. I'm here to create something big. And, you know, I always say, go big or go home, right? So Anna, hello, already a member, but I couldn't miss on the opportunity to recap module number 1 with Eva. Yay! Money is energy. I think if it's it's a person, I mean, yes, Vicky, amazing. So I have one program where it's called Shift Program, and there's a lot about energy obviously there, and we do a whole week on money. And that's one trick that I teach as well, you know, like see money as a person, so you can, you know, so you can see what sort of relationship you've got with money. And it's absolutely right, energy is money. And I remember my biggest breakthrough happened, I'll actually talk about this later, but you know, when I connected to the energy of money and I felt this crazy big love that money has for all of us, and it is really beautiful. So when you connect to that, you realize that it's amazing to be around the energy of money. It's cool. So yeah, so what do I mean by energy? Okay, so I just wanted to give you like a short introduction to energy so that you understand how it works. I know for many of you it will be just a recap, but you know, everything's energy, and energy actually vibrates, right? And it can vibrate on a low frequency or high frequency or anything in between. Okay, so when it comes to us becoming the person that we meant to be, and to become this six-figure earner, or whatever your goal is, you need to be an energetic match for your goal. And what I mean by this is that, you know, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your whole energy, and your actions, they all vibrate at a certain level, whether it's low or high or anything in the middle. And you need to also remember that like attracts like. So if you're vibrating in a really low frequency, which is, you know, I call it negative emotions, but there's no such thing as negative emotions, right? They're always here to teach us something. But when you're feeling low, when you have fear of success, or fear of failure, or whether you don't believe you can do something, you know, when you have those fears, worries, doubts, it could be money worries as well, you're operating like it doesn't feel right, like it feels low, it feels like, oh. And that's right, you know, you're operating in a low vibration frequency. And what that means is that when you're in that state, you can only attract the same level of frequency. So if you worry about money, you only attract more opportunities or circumstances that will make you worry about money. So if you believe that you cannot attract clients, or clients will not buy from you, that's exactly what you're going to achieve. You're not going to attract clients, because you'll be blocking. It's impossible to attract something at high vibration frequency, which is all positive, what you want, when you're operating a low vibration frequency, because there's too much of a bigger gap. There's no way you can attract those things. So I want to share with you something. Maybe you've seen this before. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see a pyramid? Please say in comments if you can see it or not. So here it's a great guidance system for getting into alignment with what you truly want. Okay, so you can see that right at the bottom. Can you guys see it? Okay, Vicky says no. Hang on, let me share my screen again. Share. Oh, there you go. Can you see it now? I think it should work now. I can't see the pyramid. Can you see it now? I think you can see it now. It shows on my screen. I'll talk, but please let me know if you can see it. Yes, amazing. Thank you, guys. You're good. So yeah, so right at the bottom, you can see what vibrates at the lowest frequency. So we have fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. So you can see that the fear is absolutely the lowest of frequency, right? So you can, every time you feel fear, you know, you like it's the lowest. I didn't even know that right at the beginning, right? So it shocked me, because I didn't know that fear is the same as depression, right? Because if depression feels so much heavier. Okay, so it's very important to start shifting your energy to go up, 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 as you can see, all the way to right at the top. And it's when you feel joy, appreciation, empowerment, freedom, passion, happiness, positive expectation, belief, all those things are right at the top. So when you're operating at that vibration frequency, when you feel those things, that's when you will attract your goal so much quicker. Okay. But obviously when I heard this for the first time, I was obsessed with it. So every time I felt negative emotions, I would be like, no, let's shift it, let me feel good. And I became very good at feeling good, but I became very bad at not feeling the negative emotions. So one thing I want to say to you, don't block them. When the fears come up, it's very important to feel it, to release it, and then you can start shifting your energy. Okay, don't block it. Yeah, don't sweep it under the carpet, because it's not very healthy for you. Okay, so I'm going to put this photo in our group so you can relate to this, but this is just to show you, you know, how your emotions, where you are in terms of energetic alignment. So you can check, you can see today I feel angry because I'm not making any money, or I'm really struggling with my clients, I'm angry. You can look at the system, at this pyramid, and say, okay, I'm right in the middle, well, to the bottom, you know, it's not the best, fair enough, let me feel this anger, but let's move up the scale, right? So I found this to be really, really, really beneficial. Okay, so I want to say that really the energetic work really is responsible for quantum leaps in my business. So one thing that I want to say as well is, actually, when it comes to strategy, there's no one strategy that fits all. So whenever a coach or a mentor teaches you a strategy, always think, okay, this is good, this is working for you, which is amazing, but will it work for me? Does it feel in alignment? Or if this is strategy, how can I how can I align it to who I truly am? How can I make it my terms? Okay, and this is what I'm going to be teaching you on day 2, 3, and 4, but just have that in your mind as well. Okay, what feels good? So again, go back to this pyramid and think, you know, does it feel good for me to show up every single day on social media? How does that feel? You know, and really, your guidance, your emotional guidance, your emotions are your guidance system. Okay, so always follow your emotions, but of course be mindful that there will be some limiting beliefs that will stop you as well. So when it comes to if you are not seeing results in your business, it's a massive, you know, it's probably true that you're not in an energetic alignment. So what does that mean? That means that you live on a low vibrational frequency scale. So a lot of fear, and you're in your head a lot, because our fears, doubt, worries, all these negative things, they live in our head, and this is down to our conditioning. How many of you, Jennifer, hello, good to see you here. How many of you believe that who you truly are, it comes from our head, like, you know, our mind? Is it our mind or is it our heart? You know, like, how many of you believe that who you truly are comes from your mind? Okay, I wonder how many of you believe that. So I want you to know that, actually, let's see your answers. I wonder. But they will come through in a minute. I think I'm going to refresh it to see if they're all coming through. Because actually your head is not who you truly are. Okay, our head, our mind, I call it head, or, you know, but it's really, our mind is who, it's a byproduct of our conditioning. And, you know, when I get clients together and we all talk about our limiting beliefs to, you know, to overcome them, people are absolutely shocked that we all have very similar limiting beliefs. We all have very similar worries, fears, doubts, and that's because we've all been conditioned to live in a certain way. So the one main reason why you're feeling out of alignment is because you constantly live in your fear. Okay, yes, Shamila, absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So yeah, so the first thing we need to really address is, you know, we want to disconnect from our mind as much as possible in order to connect more to our souls, because, as I said right at the beginning, you know, our soul knows exactly who you're meant to become in this world, your highest, best outcome here on this planet, and it's here to guide you. So if you're constantly in your head with those fears, that completely blocks your alignment and connection to your soul. So you will not be able to hear your soul loud and clear, and you will not be able to be guided. So your soul will actually guide you. This is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to be doing. It will give you really specific steps you need to be taking. Okay. So this is really, really massive. Okay. So the first step for energetic alignment is to really have that soul connection so that you can hear, because no coach, no mentor can really tell you what you need to do. They can only guide you. And my role as a mentor and a coach is to first connect you to your soul, so we can work with your soul rather than with your head. So we can build a business that is soul aligned. That's what I mean by soul aligned business. It's really in alignment with who you truly are, with your soul. So you can achieve those things with so much more ease and flow, because your soul knows the easiest way for you to achieve your goals, the most natural way. Because we're not here to struggle, you know, we struggle, we create our own struggles because of our head, our mind, right? And our mind is obviously very important because it protects us. Our ego protects us, so it's a good thing. But we need to understand that not always our ego is here to help us long term. So first of all, soul connection is super important. And second of all, I want to say as well is that it's very important to understand what your soul aligned goal or mission on this earth is. Okay. And this is something that completely blew my mind. And that was the reason why I quantum leaped from earning like 10K a month to then 50K, was because I truly understood what my mission on this earth was. So I remember, you know, all these coaches were telling me, oh, you know, you always hear this 10K month. And I was struggling. I would get, as I said before, you know, 10K month and then nothing. It was like a income yo-yo. And I always thought I don't really need money. You know, I was like, if I get this 10K months, what am I going to do with money? You know, I'm quite minimalistic. I don't really like spending money. Like I was like, why do I need money? And I realized that I didn't connect to my soul aligned mission, you know, because I didn't know why I needed money. And only when I connected to the energy of money, I heard the guidance, and I heard, well, we're not here because you don't want us. And I was like, no, but I want you. Of course I want to make money. Of course I want to make money. I want to go on nice holidays or whatever. But it didn't matter to me, you know, when the coaches were telling me, you know, maybe you want a bigger house, maybe you want a bigger, like nicer holidays. I was like, yeah, that would be nice. But it didn't, you know, I didn't feel it. It would be nice, but it didn't feel that I was connecting to those things. That was not, and so isn't really important to me, right? But when I connected to the energy of money and I heard, you don't want us, that's why we're not here, I was like, oh my God, this is absolutely right. Because I always say I don't really need 10K months. So no wonder it was really difficult for me to attract consistent 10K months, right? And then when I connected to my mission and I realized that actually what I want to do is to create this, my business right now, so then I can create a charity for children. So I want to really help children in children's homes. That's when I connected really to why I'm here. And I realized, and my soul was telling me, yeah, you're not here to create 10K months. You're here to create so much more. So then you can invest in this charity and you can help children globally. And when I connected to that mission and that vision, I was crying my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, I felt, this is what I feel connected to. And that's when I started hitting like crazy amounts of money, like, you know, 50K in 6 weeks, because I really connected to it and I started shifting my energy. So now, right now, what I want you to do is to really connect to your soul vision, because that will in itself shift your energy and your vibration. Okay. So before we do that, make sure you have pen and piece of paper, because you might get some guidance as well. So first of all, obviously, if you're driving and if you can't do it, like you can watch it on the replay, that's absolutely fine. So first of all, I want you to write down. I'm just going to ask you a question. The first thing that comes to your mind, just write it down. How much money do you want to be making a month or a year? That's it. That's all you need to write down. Okay. And we're going to share our results for those of you who want to, just to then show you the difference between your head, what your head is telling you, and what your soul wants for you. Okay. So, ready? So now what I want you to do, we're gonna do a little meditation. Like when I do this with my clients, we do it a little bit longer. But today we're gonna do it a little bit, quicker, because there's still things I want to talk to you about. And I'm already talking for 50 minutes. So, oh, sorry guys. I wanted to make it like 1 hour every day. So if you're overrunning, I'm sorry. You can always watch this on replay. And so now I really want you to sit comfortably, relax. Don't focus on anything else other than now connecting to your soul. You don't think about what tasks you need to do. After this training, really give yourself this time for yourself to connect to your soul. So close your eyes. Okay, set intention that you really want to connect to your soul right now. And close your eyes, place your hands on your heart space, your heart chakra. Take a few deep breaths. So breathe in through your nose, deep breaths, and breathe out through your mouth. So take 3 deep breaths like this. One last one. Good. And now I want you to ask your soul. So ask this. Please tell me or show me what my soul-aligned income is. So now you're speaking to your soul. You have your hands on your heart. And the first thing that comes up to you, you can make a mental note or you can write it down on a piece of paper, okay? So ask your soul, what is my soul-aligned income? Could be monthly, could be yearly, doesn't matter, okay? Now, I want you to ask your soul to take you into your future and show you when you've actually completed that, when you've actually achieved that income. Okay, so you can ask yourself, please take me into my future where I've already achieved this income goal. And I want you to really notice what's happening. I want you to notice where you are, what you're doing. Is it something that you can hear? What can you see around you? What you can smell, maybe? What you're doing? And most importantly, how you're feeling. So I want you really to be in that spot. You've already achieved it. You've already achieved your soul-aligned income. And tell me how you're feeling. Not tell me, but later we're gonna do this. But really absorb those feelings. How do you feel? You're helping those amazing people coming, all these clients coming to your doors. You have abundance of clients. You've achieved your goal, your income goal. How does it feel? And really sit with those emotions. What other emotions do you feel? And what you can do as well is you can face your future self and you can ask her. We can actually place your hand on her heart, and your future self can place her hand on your heart. And I want you to really embrace themselves, and I really want you to embody that person. I want you guys to become as one. So you can hug her and she can come into you. Whatever feels right, make sure you become one. And you can ask her as well. You can look into her eyes and you can ask her for any guidance. You can ask specific questions like, what do I need to do to be here, to achieve this quicker? Or you can just ask for just general guidance. Whatever feels right, just ask her and really hear and notice what you get from her. So really sit in that moment for a little bit more. Okay, and when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room and tell us. So Caroline, hello. So sorry, I know it's a little bit rushed. Normally I go into so much more detail with my clients. We normally do this for like half an hour at least, but we've done this, right? And you can always return to this base. So even if you feel a little bit rushed today, you can always go back to this and do this on your own. So yeah, use this. I use it a lot, for guidance as well. So first of all, what I want to say is, please share, if you're comfortable, please share what your head. So when I first asked you, what is your income goal? What do you want? What did your head tell you? And then when you connect it to your soul, what is your soul aligned income goal? And tell us about what you saw, how you felt. So we can compare, and you will see typically what I see with my clients is that our head tells us much lower income to when we connect to our soul. Our soul gives us so much more. And sometimes that can feel very overwhelming, right? Because we're like, oh my God, we'll never be able to achieve this. And then all these fears come up. But it's good. When your fears are triggered, that means that they're ready to come up and be healed. So that's when we want to heal them, okay? Head 10K per month. Yes, so 30K per month. Amazing. Lynn, I'll go back to this because I got a phone call, no worries. Yes, and really, and did you get any vision, anything that you wanted to do? Where were you? How did you feel? Let me know. I always love when this happens because people are on like cloud nine, when this happens. And the thing is, this is the power of visualization, because your soul already knows that your next step is, as you say, Shamila, is 30K, right? Like, don't aim for 10K, because when you aim now for 10K, you will be automatically out of alignment and you'll be blocking 10K from coming. So you will not be attracting money. But if you start attracting 30K, which is in soul alignment, it's more likely you're going to reach 30K than 10K, what your head is telling you. That's why it's so important to connect to your soul. Head said, Amy, 10K per month. See how 10K is the thing? I think it's from marketing, right? Like, you hear this all the time. Soul said 20K per month. I saw books, courses, healing, teachings, videos. Amazing. So Soul said, follow your heart. Amazing. This is exactly what this is about, right? Shamila felt calm, so lots of paperwork, contracts, reduced hours of work as general guidance. Amazing. You can see sometimes that when it comes to our soul's guidance, it's quite general, right? But the more you connect to your soul, the more specific your guidance will be. That's what I found on my journey anyway. Vicky, head 100K a year, so 250 a year, full of love. My future self told me, you've got this, and also that I'm a good mom. Oh, it's made me cry. Vicky, you're making me like having shivers all over. Head says 50K a month. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, perfect. Guys, you're doing the right thing. If you are struggling to connect to your soul, it might be that you have just some blockages that needs to be cleared. And the more you do it, the easier it will become. It took me a really long time, probably 2 years, to get into a habit of connecting to my soul with ease. So definitely be determined and keep doing it until you get into it more. So perfect. So you already know what income goal you're working towards. You already know, you've seen the vision, so you meant here to create that vision, and it's super doable for you, because if you were not able to do that, your soul will not be showing it to you. They would never show you something that's impossible for you to achieve. If anything, they're showing you, hello, this is what you meant for. This is your next step. This is what you need to be aiming towards. So aim higher, because if we aiming lower, if we offering free courses, free services, this in itself is blocking us, because as you can tell, your soul aligned income is, it's not free. It's like, you shouldn't you can do free stuff as well on top of the paid work as well. And that's what I've seen with a lot of clients, when they start making 20, 30, 50K months, a lot of them start charity work, a lot of them give back to communities. And that's what I love about this work, right? So we can do free stuff, but first make sure you look after yourself as well, because if you can't look after yourself, you will not be able to look after other people, right? So yeah, so the second step, so the first step is soul connection and making sure you know what your soul aligned goal, income goal is, and your vision, right? The more you connect to your vision, the more in alignment you'll become. The second step to energetic alignment is embodiment. So what that means is you actually becoming the person you're meant to become, so your future self right now. Because there's absolutely no way you can attract abundance if you're feeling poor, right? So you have to first, you need to start feeling like the future self, like your future self, before the physical reality will show up, okay? And it can happen very quickly. I've seen this happening with my clients so much quicker than what happened to me. I waited 6 weeks for the first quantum leap with the first 50K in 6 weeks, which I thought was like pretty phenomenal, right? But now I have clients who manifest, you know, like 20K in 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, you're so much better than me. And I'm proud, you know, and I'm proud. So things can shift very, very quickly. Okay. So the first thing is you need to be really, the first we focus on is the thought, you know, how do we embody the 6-figure earner, or like, you know, whatever I keep saying 6 figures because that's what the course is about, but you need to go with your soul aligned, vision, right? The income goal. So, yeah, your thoughts. And you can always go back to that meditation and say, okay, how am I thinking? What are my thoughts? You know, as I've already reached my goal, income goal, what are my thoughts like, right? So it's all about identifying your thought processes. Thoughts and beliefs are so important because not only they already have their own vibrational frequency, but it's also because they trigger your emotions. There's no way you can have a positive thought and a negative feeling. It doesn't work, right? So, or it's the same, you cannot have negative thought and positive feeling, right? It always positive thoughts generate positive feelings and vice versa. So it's really important to start when you're going through your business, when like every day, you know, start noticing what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are. You know, do you believe you can be successful? I had the worst limiting belief that was telling me, sorry guys, I'm a failure. So I had to do a lot of child healing, inner child healing, to get rid of that, right? So so really start, like, do you already know of any limiting beliefs that are blocking your alignment, that will not have the belief if you've already achieved it, right? For me, things like, you know, you're not going to be successful. Well, if you're already your future self, you're already successful. So you know that this belief is bullshit, basically, right? It's not true. This is just an illusion. Remember, our limiting beliefs, our worries, our fears, they're a byproduct of our conditioning. It's an illusion. Our soul is limitless. It's so powerful. Our soul is so powerful. It's amazing how powerful you actually are, but it's just our head gets in the way, right? Because it wants to protect us. So what do you think? So, and this is going to be homework as well, right? Because it's super important. Really, I want you to start identifying your thoughts and your beliefs that are blocking your potential, that are out of alignment with your future self. And I want you to start creating new belief system that is in alignment with your future self, right? So when you've already reached, and when somebody had 250K, you've already reached that goal. What are your thoughts? You're probably thinking, oh my God, I'm freaking good. You know, I'm helping people. I'm successful. I can do this. I can absolutely smash this, right? So I want you to start seeing the gap between who you are right now and who you meant to be and who you will become if you work towards this, and what can you do to start bridging the gap so you're actually becoming your future self right now. Okay, so that's our thoughts and beliefs. Then we want to move on to our emotions and feelings. So already when you're working on your thoughts and your beliefs, that will already shift your feelings and emotions, right? Because ultimately it is the energy and the feelings and emotions we feel that will attract things to you. So how do you feel day to day when you're running your business? Do you worry about, do you experience fear? Do you experience anger? Do you experience jealousy, right? What are the emotions that you're experiencing? And again, it's the same thing, you know, when you go to your future self meditation, how does she feel? And we already felt here, we have felt calm, at peace, and really I want you to start cultivating the feelings of the future self right now. So I used to have reminders every hour on my phone. Connect to your future self. How is she feeling? So I would stop what I was doing, and for like 2 minutes, I would feel it. Now whenever I have free moment, like whenever I'm washing the dishes, ironing, going for walks, is massive for me when I visualize myself, when I'm feeling the emotions of my future self, right? Like whenever you have a moment, really figure out what is she feeling, the future self, and make sure you feel it too. What are the things you can do to make you feel this way? It might be through walking, meditation, exercising. For me, gym is massive because I feel invincible. I feel so powerful when I'm on this treadmill running and I'm visualizing my future. Walking is massive for me. Visualization in itself is massive for me. So singing, dancing, that shifts your energy so quickly as well. Okay. So really start implementing all those little things you can do every day. The more you feel these emotions, the quicker it will come. And you have to create like this compound effect. The more positive you feel, the more positive emotions you start feeling. And it's just like a, snowball effect, yeah, right? You will feel better and better and better and better, and you'll manifest quicker and quicker and quicker. Okay. Then it comes to energy. So don't know if you know this, guys, you might know this. 90 to 95% of our mind is our unconscious mind. Okay. So if a lot of people work only on their conscious beliefs, like, okay, I'm aware that I feel like a failure, or I believe that I will become a failure, right? So that's in our conscious mind, but that's only 5% of our mind, and the rest we are unconscious of. Like, we have no idea what's going on, and we might have all these blocks coming up to us and we actually don't know where they come from. And for me, the biggest lesson was that first I was obsessed understanding, why do I have fear? Why? Like, I didn't understand where it came from. But then I realized I don't need to understand where it comes from. All I need to do is to scan my body and really understand. And I always get guidance. I always ask for guidance. Please show me where my stuck energy is, or where my blockages are. And so then I see it and then I release it. And I teach my clients 5 different healing modalities to help them do that, to help them actually shift energetically on a deep level, not only conscious mind, because as I said, it's only 5%. You still need to do the limiting beliefs and your what's happening right now that you're conscious of, but there's way more to do on the other side, right? The 90 to 95% is the unconscious things that we need to be working on. Okay, so that could be one full training just on that, but I want you to be aware that there is more to it than just our conscious beliefs. Okay, and not always you have to be aware of what's blocking you. You can still release it without knowing what it is. You just need to know, okay, this is not the right thing. This is not something that serves me. I can release it. I can let it go. Okay. And another thing I want to say is that I see a lot of spiritual workers, and that was me as well. So I actually talk a lot from experience here. So not from judgment, it's just what I've been through. Is because obviously people talk about healing a lot, and people believe that you need to be healed in order to start attracting money and whatever you want, and they get obsessed with healing. And that was me. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? And when you're in that state of finding what's wrong with you, that lowers your vibration so much. And when you're in that constant state trying to find out what's wrong with you, will only lower your vibration. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, you're not broken. We all are here with our obviously our past, and we're here to work through things. So there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing broken with you. You can still attract things when you're not 100% healed, because you will never be 100% healed. We're here always to progress and to grow. And with growth, you'll be uncovering more and more things that you need to heal, right? So if I were you, I wouldn't just sit there and figure out what's wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with you. I would only heal things that come up to the surface. So when you're feeling stressed, or when you're feeling worried or fear, that's when it's ready to be released, right? So then you release it. And that's exactly what I do with my clients. When we build their business step by step, every step is there to trigger something in them, something that blocks them. fear, money, whatever it might be. And only when they feel it, that's when we're doing all these different healing modalities and all this work to help them release it. And the more you up level, the more blockages will come, the more layers you will peel. And it's just part of life. So never wait for the perfect moment, because it will never come, because it's constant progress. We will always have to heal. We will, this is constant work. It will become easier for sure. I mean, first year of my business, I was crying every day. I had so much fear that I was crying. Now I barely feel any fear. Of course I do sometimes, but now maybe it's like twice a year, and it's all manageable because now I have the tools to help me work through it. So it becomes much, much more doable. And the fourth thing when it comes to embodiments, remember beliefs and thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, then energy, and then soul aligned action. So a lot of people again get stuck. They do all the internal work, inner work, and then they don't really do the action, or they do the action because they feel aligned. Like, yeah, I'm going to post something, I'm going to promote my services, and crickets, nothing happened, right? Nobody really got attracted. They're like, oh yeah, forget it, it doesn't work. No, that's not what we do, right? We have to be consistent, we have to be determined, we need to be committed to what we're doing. It might not happen straight away, and that's fine. And that's fine, because the more you do it, the more consistent you are and determined you are, you will get there. It's impossible for you to fail if you never give up, right? But I see a lot of people give up, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's not for me. But you're not here just for yourself. Remember, you're here for a bigger mission. You're here to create massive change in the world. So it's not just you, like, you're here to impact so many people. And I can guarantee you that your soul aligned clients are waiting for you. How many times a client came to me and said, Eva, I was looking for coaches and mentors for years, and I just couldn't feel connected to them, and then you appeared, and that's it, I'm so ready to work with you, because I've been waiting for you all these years. And your clients feel exactly the same way. So it's it's almost our duty to show up, to be visible, because there are people waiting for your help. It really is true. But the key to taking action is soul aligned action. So again, the more connected you'll be getting guidance as to what to do in your business. So for example, when I first connected to my vision, the whole creating charity work, which completely shifted my energy, it was just before Christmas. And I felt really big pull to create a freebie to help people. And the energy behind you, and we will talk about this later as well during the program, the course, but the energy you portray when you are promoting things should never be from a place of lack. Like, oh my God, what do I need to post to make money? Or what do I need to post to attract clients? That's really off energy. What you should be always connecting to is helping people and serving people. What do I need to do to help people? What do they need to hear from me? So that's really important. So so when I was asking these sort of questions to myself, I came up with the freebie again, and then my head was saying to me, yeah, but it's just before Christmas, nobody will participate, nobody will care about your freebie because everybody's shopping for Christmas gifts, But my soul was like, no, you have to do it, you have to do it, you have to do it. And I had so many people, I had 600 people signing up in 48 hours into the freebie. And that's when the whole 50K came from, so many just before Christmas, so your head will tell you don't do it, but if it feels right, you have to do it, and you will get very specific guidance. And the more you connect to your soul, the more guidance you'll get. But it needs to be part, you need to first have some sort of basic knowledge of the strategies. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you on day 4. So then you can really connect to yourself and be like, okay, guide me through this strategy. What do I need to do? But you need to have some knowledge of business in order to do that as well, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that, it will just happen, because you do need to have at least basic knowledge of business and strategy to do that. You need both. You need energy work and strategy. Without one or the other, it's impossible, in my opinion anyway, and in my experience. So that's what we've covered today. Okay, so this is all to do with energetics of success. Energetic alignment is the key to your success. So you need to make sure that not only you as a person become energetic alignment, but also your strategy is also so aligned. And the strategy bit will focus on day 4, and day 2 and 3 it's all about setting foundations of your business, which also needs to be in energetic alignment with you. So homework for those of you who want to dive deeper, and obviously I do encourage you to do the homework, simply because the more you participate into this in this course, the more you're going to benefit, and it's all designed to help you implement my teachings into your day-to-day life so that it can help you. So let me share with you my screen again. So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see a table? Hopefully you can. Yeah, I think yeah, I can see Facebook. Yeah, so yes, I think I can. Okay. So this is all about, you know, when you were connecting to your future self, it's all about really understanding where you are right now and where you need to be, and really bridging the gap between that, so you can start feeling, you can start doing the embodiment process, which means you can start feeling like your future self right now. Okay. So first of all, your thoughts, you know, what are your current thoughts, what your future self's thoughts are, and what do you need to do? So I've given you some examples here. So for example, your thoughts could be, there's no way I can succeed. So, you know, that was something that what I would have. My future self, I am already successful and I build on my success every single day. So what do I need to do to step into my future self? So I use daily visualization, where I will visualize my success, and I will use daily affirmations to change my thinking pattern. I will also list all my accomplishments in the past to build my confidence, right? So really think about so we have your thoughts, we have your beliefs. You want to identify your environment as well, like what sort of environment you're into and what you need to do in your environment as well. Your routine, your behavior and attitude is massive as well. Okay, so I want you to go through every single column and fill that in, or do it as you want, right? Like, be guided by your soul, but this is just an example. But if you cover all these things, and really if you implement the last column, which is what steps I need to be taking into your daily life, and do this every day, you will see that your energy shifts very, very quickly. So I'm going to post this in the group as well. So you've got this. I don't know if you could see it very, very clearly from the video, but I'm going to post this and the pyramid so you can refer back to it. So that's it for the day, guys. Do you have any questions? Maybe I have missed any questions. If you have any questions, let me know. But again, you know, if you have questions later on, or if you don't know how to do something, maybe you don't know how to do this homework, or you get stuck in any way, just post it in a group, or you can reach out to me privately as well on a Facebook Messenger, and you can just let me know, right? So I'm open, as I said, I'm open for 4 days whilst we're doing this free course, free coaching as well to help you. Okay, Shamila, please send by email. Yeah, I can do that by email as well. Yeah, I can send those 2 photos. No questions. Thank you so much. Amy, thank you so much. You have such lovely energy. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining me live. It's amazing. This is the first time I'm doing live this early. Normally I do them in the evening, but now with 2 kids, I want to be at home with them in the evening. So that's why I'm doing it now. Vicky, thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you come and join us tomorrow for setting strong foundations of your business. So tomorrow we're covering connecting to your soul's purpose, so you have absolute clarity what your unique purpose is. So obviously your purpose is to help people, but we need to get way more specific. Turning that into soul aligned niche, so you know how to communicate it with your clients, so they are clear about what you do and what makes you different and unique. And you will also identify your ideal clients and where to find them. Okay, so that's tomorrow, same time, same place. Love you loads. Bye, guys.